Hello, and welcome back to another phenomenal episode of She Rises Studios podcast. My name is Hanna Olivas, and I am here today with the beautiful Adriana Luna, and we are ready to talk about what happens when women stop waiting and start building together.
So something happened on June 22nd, 2026. And what was that?
We launched the Sheconomy, our community, our online platform, our entire ecosystem went live.
So tell us about Sheconomy for those who are new to the concept, and even individuals who do know about it, but maybe they don't know all of what it encompasses.
It is an entire ecosystem filled with community, education platforms. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. I'm still kind of buzzing from the whole excitement because it was just a few days ago, but it's a real connector. There's men and women in there from all niches, and we're connecting everyone globally to grow their own networks, to really show that men and women can work together, the she plus the he. There's media opportunities, live in-person opportunities that happen. But inside of the community itself, on the day-to-day, you can build with other people, collaborations, brands. Like, there's so much that happens in there. And we're just getting started. It just is beginning.
Yeah, this is what I would consider somewhat of our soft launch, because there is so much that we're still building inside of it, new concepts that will be launched. But most importantly, it's about the individuals who are going to be coming into the Sheconomy and what roles that they play to help expand what it is. So within your vision of what it is versus what they bring, there's a lot of growth and a lot of potential. What do you kind of see coming from this?
Well, we started out with a little over 100 founding members. And what I see happening from this point forward is we'll see more individuals joining on the daily. We will see the entire ecosystem go global. I think that we will be one of the leading platforms in the world where we're not doing any type of gatekeeping, but we're actually welcoming all. So we're not just looking for men and women who are doing business. We're looking for men and women who really want to grow exponentially, both personally and professionally. And so I see this as a opening door to infinite possibilities, really. You know, we've been talking about the economy for a long time. And so I feel like this is the new economy. That's what this is going to become.
And in what way, how does that happen?
Because the individuals who are a part of this are creating business with one another, it becomes this ecosystem. One person has a service that another person needs. One person has an education platform or a strategy or something that another person needs. It also grows through people inviting other people.
It builds connections. It puts people in the right rooms, so to speak. And it is online, but there's going to be a lot of in-person events that take place, such as Sheconomy houses, and then events that actual Sheconomists put on themselves as well, which that's later stuff that will be popping up. Explain a little bit about Sheconomy houses and how Sheconomists play a role in it, as well as power partners.
Yeah, so the Sheconomy houses were inspired from an event that you and I attended. And I saw that, the typical networking that occurs just isn't, it's a dying breed. And so people want energy, they want the fun, they want the connections, they want the meet and greets, they want it all, but they don't want to sit in a chair and be talked to while they're, sitting there scrolling on their phones, right? So Sheconomy houses kind of eliminate all of that, but bring the right people into the room. And so you can see people in action. There is speaking. There are panel discussions. There are activations. There's going to be music. There's going to be all of the things that we want simultaneously happening. Then to take it a step further, we wanted to be at some of the world's largest events because we want to connect with other individuals who are going to those. And so it brings the proximity, the opportunity, the networking, but it doesn't bring the dullness. There's something happening throughout the entire day. It's moving and grooving, and you get to meet individuals that you normally wouldn't have. There's lots of content creation opportunities. Everything is photographed. Everything is filmed. And it's just a very fun, high energetic way to celebrate men and women in business while also celebrating some of the biggest events that are happening. An example, Sheconomy House at FIFA Week in NYC. We're talking about having athletes in the room, media in the room, activations, all of those things. And it brings solidarity. It shows that, we can open the door and meet new individuals, build those partnerships, build those relationships first, because everything starts with a relationship. And those things are important. And a lot of, yes, can this be done online within the platform we've created? Yes. But it's a whole new level when you're in person. And so that's why we wanted to do both.
This podcast is brought to you by Paula Marie Books. What if success didn't require sacrificing your peace, your family, your health, or the life you truly want? Author, speaker, and entrepreneur Paula Marie Pantaleo believes success should never come at the cost of your happiness. Through Paula Marie Books, she has created a collection of books, journals, tools, and resources designed to help people build more balance, confidence, clarity, and the freedom in both business and life. Whether you're looking for inspiration through books like Kick-Ass and Have a Life, practical mindset tools, gratitude journals, or guidance for building your personal brand, Paula's mission is simple: help people stop surviving and start truly living. Paula is also the co-founder of AI Brand Commander, a platform dedicated to helping authors, coaches, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders build a powerful, personal brand, amplify their voice, and turn their message into a movement that inspires and changes lives. Because your message matters, and the right people need to hear it. It's never too late to rewrite your story and build a life you don't need to escape from. To learn more, explore Paula's books, book her for your next speaking event, or discover AI Brand Commander. Visit paulamariebooks.com. This podcast is brought to you by Pod Candy, cults, crime, and killers. If you're fascinated by true crime but have found yourself wondering why people commit these shocking acts, then you need to discover Pod Candy. Hosted by two true crime enthusiasts and featuring the expertise of internationally renowned forensic psychologist Dr. John Mayer, Pod Candy goes beyond the headlines to uncover the psychology behind some of the world's most compelling crimes, cults, and killers. While most true crime podcasts tell you what happened, Pod Candy tells you why. Each episode explores the motivations, behaviors, warning signs, and psychological factors that drive criminal actions, giving listeners a deeper understanding of the human mind and the stories that captivate us. Whether you're a lifelong true crime fan or simply curious about what drives people to commit extraordinary acts, Pod Candy delivers fascinating conversations, expert analysis, and insights. And you won't find it anywhere else. The crime is shocking. The psychology is terrifying. You can listen to the current episode and all past episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or on your favorite podcast source. Most true crime podcasts tell you what happened. Pod Candy tells you why. And you also have a note here where it says the biggest lie entrepreneurs believe is that success is a solo journey. And everything you just described is basically debunking that, how nobody gets to the top by doing things alone. There's not just one, athlete or one celebrity or one billionaire or just, that got to the top because they did it alone. It's nearly impossible. So within the Sheconomy platform, we truly do celebrate the success of everyone individually, but also as a collective. And I think that that's why it always feels like a very collaborative place and home. And we kept talking about how we kept welcoming everybody home. And I think that they love that.
I think, too, that with our community, I'm a little biased because we talked about, if anyone watched the launch, and if you haven't, you can. It is all across our platforms on YouTube. But, you know, we also are not afraid to share transparently care. You know, everyone thinks that everything has to be buttoned up. It has to be polished. It has to be perfect. And you can't have fun. You can't show that quirky, dorky side. But if you watch the launch, all you're hearing and all you're seeing is all of that plus the business aspect, plus the supportiveness of one another. And it's like it's an extended, very large extended family.
Absolutely.
And we're never closing our doors to bringing more family in. So when I was saying welcome home, I truly believe that because I think that that's where they belong, is there. And, you know, we've worked on this launch for almost 8-9 months. And this is just the beginning. So we have an app that's coming probably here, in the next couple of months. And we have all of these extraordinary opportunities that are coming in for the Sheconomists, you know. So part of the idea too was that whoever joins and becomes a Sheconomist, they're going to get return on investment, return on energy, return on time, all of those things. But they're also going to get education, celebration, the elevation, all of those different things. And we're eliminating, again, I keep saying the man's world, the bro code. You know, we already know what areas we're underrepresented. And so why not team up and build trust, build relationships, and continue that. And I love the fact that it's global. We have members from all across the world, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. And there's a question here that you wanted individuals to really ask themselves. Who can you name right now 3 people who are helping you build your future? And if you can't, then that means you're building alone. And that's a problem. That could be a potential reason why things are stagnant or feeling so difficult and overwhelming for yourselves. So I love that question because it's very introspective, makes you stop and think. I want to talk about the rise of the Sheconomist and how it's not just a title, it's a mindset. You talk a lot about opportunities and how Sheconomists understand that wealth isn't just about money. What are different ways that Sheconomists have the mindset built into things?
Well, when I said it was a mindset, that's true, but it's also a lifestyle. I think, you know, a true Sheconomist isn't only focused on their wealth in the aspect of money, but they're focused on the wealth of relationships, the wealth of their health. Wealth is defined in so many different things. And so becoming a Sheconomist and really going through that process helps you become well-rounded in all of those things so that one thing isn't out of balance with the other, but they actually go together.
And let's talk about something that's maybe a little bit hard at times because we just finished launching this. But what did we learn while building the Sheconomy? Let's be really real. Building it was not easy. It's been difficult in many different ways. And there was a lot of times where our endurance would run out. But what are some other things that you can say?
Well, nothing's perfect. I would say that. I think, you know, going into it, my vision is different than your vision, right? And we also see our community's needs from 2 different perspectives. And so we were trying to like find that harmony. So I would say that was part of that, right? I think another part was really getting the founding members involved. I can't speak so much on the back end of things because that's not really where my area is. But from what I did experience on the back end, I was a little mind blown at all the work that it takes to create something so big. So kudos to the team for that, because that would not be, my hair would have fell out.
There was a lot of, I want to say debates right? About like how to do this.
She's being pretty modest, but sure, we'll call it that.
Yeah, I would say a lot of strong mindsets. But the point was that we didn't need everyone to understand what your dream was. We really just needed a few people to believe in it. And because of that belief and our team members putting in the hard work and dedication that they did, it came to life. We were able to move past whatever things that were in our way at that time. Some of it, at least on a personal level for myself, was me fully trying to actually understand your vision. I was like, am I understanding this part correctly? And so I asked a lot of clarifying questions because we had different people having different understandings of what you wanted. So try to blend that together for me was a little difficult, but we managed to get through it. And it became something so beautiful when we signed in, we log in, and it just looks awesome.
It was like Jenga.
It was. It was.
And, it's still so new. And so like, there's going to be things that are going to be implemented, more things, right? We're still checking to make sure systems are working. I feel like we're still in launch mode or beta mode. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but we're adding so many new things over the course of the next year that I'm really excited for. And it was hard. I knew what I wanted, but because I don't have some of that lingo, it was hard for me to take it from here and put it on paper and then, go from there. So I think seeing it come to fruition, I still think I'm kind of a little shocked. Not that it happened, but shocked that I even thought about it. Like, honestly, like, let's do an app or let's do this. It's not really, again, my lane, but it's something that I've really enjoyed. And watching the women and the men who are getting involved and the things that they want to do and where they want to take the Sheconomy is super impressive.
Mm-hmm. Let's ask a question about the future and how it belongs to collaborators. What would you say how the Sheconomy rewards individuals who are connectors versus the old economy who rewarded gatekeepers?
Well, we have, in terms of rewards within there, I would say we have a lot of incentives. There's almost, I want to call it a leaderboard. Like, you're referring someone, we're going to reward you. No matter how or what, there's some type of an incentive for each and every member that joins. We also have grants that we're doing, which is really cool, so that we can give back to the Sheconomy community. We also have scholarships, which I think is amazing because not everyone can afford to come into a community or platform like that, right? There's all these different memberships. And so the goal wasn't to have like the membership fee, but I do want to keep it real. When you have some sort of an investment, when you have skin in the game, you're going to pay attention. So when we were trying to decide like, okay, so what is that membership fee going to be? It is very affordable. But we even still had other Sheconomists who sponsored individuals to come in. So I think it's a lot of reciprocity, collaboration, and I see a big trust factor occurring every single day in a positive way.
And would you say that the Sheconomy, the platform, the app, and everything that it stands for, that there's enough room for everyone?
Oh yeah, the house will never be too full. And if it is, we'll build another one and another one and another one. So I actually envision this becoming such a movement and this platform to grow that it won't even just be in English. You'll see it in Spanish, you'll see it in German, French, and the list goes on because we don't want the Sheconomy to know the borders. We want it to open the borders. We want to have all the different cultures. We do not want to be that place and space that says, no, you can't come here. We want to be the ones that are like, come on and bring your friends and bring your friends' friends and so on and so on. It doesn't matter what language you speak because we'll figure it out.
Love it. So it kind of brings us to the close of the Sheconomy, unless you have anything else that you wanted to shed light on, let individuals know. Well, let's talk about where they can go to sign up, I guess. That would be great, all right?
It's really easy. It's sheconomymedia.com, and it's really super easy to join. And I think that once you go in there and you see all of the amazing tools and connections that are in there, I think it will you'll feel at home. You will call it home. You'll have the key to your new home. And I do want to give an extra little plug. We have a book called The Rise of the Sheconomist that just went into pre-sale yesterday. And this is the very first book published under Sheconomy Media. And so I wanted to check with the team, and I was like, how'd we do in pre-sales for day one? And we hit bestseller in like 7 different categories. And so that tells me that there's a need. Individuals are wanting to learn about relational wealth, financial wealth, and all of the different types of wealth and what a Sheconomist is. And anyone can be one, right? There's no rules that say you can't. We also, we threw out the rule book. We threw out all the stigmas and all the expectations. And so I'm really excited to see where the Sheconomy and the books and the individuals, the men and women who are in there go.
I'm excited as well. There's a lot of other Sheconomy books that are coming out. So if you weren't able to join that book, just go to our website, sherisestudios.com, or you can reach out to our publishing team and they're going to help you get connected with a book that aligns with what you're working on, because Hanna creates a lot of different versions of things. So that way, whatever your story is or your niche is, there's room for you. So a lot of amazing things to come.
Yep. We do not want to stop. We won't stop. And I think the more that we forge forward together, I think the world is going to start seeing this economy as it's meant to be. I'd say out with the old and with the new.
I agree. And just wanted to say, everyone, welcome to the Sheconomy.
Yes, welcome to your new home.